Good morning, BookTube, and happy Monday. Since it's my last day of vacation, I thought I would do a reading vlog and see what I get up to today. So far, I have made a Dutch pancake with almonds and cherries with a dusting of powdered sugar and lemon juice, and I made a tea. This is the Harney & Sons New England Breakfast, and it's a maple black tea, and it's absolutely delicious. And the book I'm reading, starting out my morning, is Sweet Valley High, number 27, Love Struck, and I am, let me see, I'm on page 113, and I have my owl bookmark that I like. I got this from Bend, Oregon, at their local independent bookstore. Kitty Cam. He's on the very top rung of the closet here. Hello, Sawyer. Sorry to interrupt your nap time. Morning walk through the forest. And I can take my time and not rush back for work. In the summer, there's a bunch of blackberries all over the place because there's so many thorns in all of this. But there's lots of nice ferns as well amongst the blackberry bushes. I think these are sword ferns, if I remember correctly. It says it's gonna rain in an hour, but I don't know. These clouds look kind of flimsy to me. But I will keep you posted. Mabel does not like the rain. No. Cool and dry, that's her preferred weather, and mine too. I'm back from my walk and I'm starting the next book. I finished Love Struck earlier this morning and now starting my mid-morning book. That's probably going to take me a bit to finish. But this is a new to me author, Michael McDowell. The Elementals, and it's the finest writer of paperback originals in America, blurred by Stephen King. And then when I was looking at the introduction of who, like a little mini biography of the author, it's talking about The Elementals is a Southern Gothic horror novel published in 1981. But on the second page here, it's talking about how he was a screenplay writer for TV and movies. And I've heard of some of these. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, and of course, like Beetlejuice, Nightmare Before Christmas. I've heard of those. And then Tabitha King, Stephen King's wife, was the one who finished his last book after he died, Candles Burning. And then it also mentioned, I think this is like Michael Rowe is the person who wrote the introduction, maybe, but how he is being compared to Anne Radcliffe and Edgar Allan Poe, and then he won the Shirley Jackson Award. And Shirley Jackson is one of my favorite suspenseful horror authors in a way. I guess I don't know exactly how to categorize her, but if this book is in any way similar to Shirley Jackson, I will be highly pleased. Got to the prologue, and perfect timing because it's talking about how it's the last days of May, and I like when things like that coincide with reality. Although it's talking about it's being swelteringly hot and how the air conditioner is covering up the noise and all of that. But I don't even have my air conditioners in the windows yet because it's still cool outside. I think the high today is 60 or so. So not air conditioner weather yet here, but in Mobile, Alabama, I'm sure it is currently. my little reading buddy. It's time for me to get up for lunch, but I don't want to move. He's so sleepy. I think my voice is waking him up. You can see his little tail. On the second walk of the day, and it is in fact sprinkling now, so the forecast wasn't lying. But I just had to show you these beautiful wildflowers. It's now around 2 o'clock, and I have had some coffee and a snack, and I feel like saying that I'm in kindergarten class, except for the coffee part, but I wanted to give a reading update. I am now on chapter 6, page 45, and we've met the cast of characters. A family is getting together for a funeral. The grandmother has died, and everything seems pretty normal at first until her direct descendants take a knife and stab her, the dead body. So that was interesting, and you get a little backstory after the fact of what was going on with that. It's like a family tradition that's been going on for over 100 years, so I guess that's a reasonable excuse. We will see. So now they finally gotten to this house here on this little peninsula on the bay. And this one of the houses, there's 3 houses, and they're all exactly identical, but they face different parts of the beach. And the farthest one out, this one, is covered in sand all the way up until like the top of the roof of the porch. So no one can live there, but the little girl of the family goes exploring and all of a sudden gets a bad feeling and doesn't even want to touch the sand with her feet. So we will see what happens, but I wanted to give an update. The sun is back out, and Sawyer is trying to find some birds to call his way. Hi, Sawyer. It's a pretty profile. Yeah. You also would like some dinner, please. It's around 5 o'clock, and I gotta get going on that. I'm finally facing the camera in this video. So it's now around 8 o'clock, and I'm getting ready to take Fable outside on a walk. She's right beside me, and I don't want to say that word, the W-A-L-K word, too much, because she'll be jumping around like crazy. But I wanted to wrap up this vlog, although I do have more reading plans once I get back from my walk. I'm going to be reading my short story collection, and I have an essay collection. I'm just reading little tidbits here and there to wrap up the night. But I did make some progress in The Elementals by Michael McDowell. Sorry, I really need to clean this tablet. I only noticed when I am showing you on camera that the lighting is reflecting off. I'm like, oh, I need to do something about this. But I am about 150 pages in, give or take. I think I'm around 60% of the way through. And even though it's under 300 page, it's a novel under 300 pages, but the story is kind of dragging a bit. Right now, they have entered the house and are looking around, and spooky things are happening. So that's all well and good. Like, we're finally getting to the horror elements, although we've had little inklings here and there. It's still just overall, I don't know, it's just like, even though those chapters are pretty short and everything, it's just not compelling me as much as I would like. I'm still gonna finish it. It's not that difficult to read or anything like that. I'm just like, it's just not delivering fully like what I would like. But we'll see where it goes. The opening chapter with them stabbing the dead woman, that was interesting. But so I had really high hopes, and then it's just kind of been a bit flat for me. But I'm gonna hold my review until I actually finish it. And speaking of finishing books, I know earlier I was reading this and finishing it this morning, and I didn't touch on this at all, but this is following Suzanne and Ken. And from the cover, it looks like Suzanne is like absolutely in love with Ken, and then he just can't be bothered. But the picture is all wrong. It should be reversed, because Ken is the football player and is just amazed that Suzanne, this like rich, smart, cultured girl, is interested in him. But as the story progresses, you can see that he is having to comply with her wishes and fall in line with what she would like to do, and just basically change his whole persona in order to fit in and be with her. And so yeah, this picture is just all wrong. I don't know why in the world they did that, because it's the exact opposite. But yeah, it was short and sweet, and I immediately pulled the next book off my shelf. I'm just in a mood this month of wanting to read these quick, fast-paced books. I've honestly been in this mood, I feel like, almost all year. I've had so much like exterior stress with work that I just want quick and easy. But this is Alone in the Crowd. So we'll see if I get to it later this week, because as I mentioned in a previous video, my TBR for May, I just have this one book left. Well, I have other books that I'm still in the middle of. I haven't finished them, but unread, untouched books. I have this one. I'm reading Naturalist by E.O. Wilson, and then I have a couple of ebooks. I don't know if I'll get to this one because I'm in the middle of reading another sciencey biology book about the coastlines. So I don't think I'll get to this one. This will probably put back on my shelves. But yeah, I think, and I also got this on my shelf as well. This is mystery number 2 from the Baby Sos Club. So yeah, I think I might go with these next after finishing the Elementals. But that's where things are now, and yeah, it was nice sharing with you today what I've gotten up to. It was a rainy day, but still really nice to have the day off from work. I am not exactly looking forward to going back to work tomorrow, but it is what it is, and I'm gonna make the best of it. But I will talk to you soon. Thanks, BookTube.